Today we're going to be continuing work on the F350. If you guys remember last video, I did quite a bit of work to it. Today we're going to do the rest of the cosmetics just to make her legal again and a little bit nice. But the first thing we got to do is put a flatbed on it, or just a regular bed, but I couldn't find a regular bed for the life of me. I looked for a regular bed for weeks, possibly even a month, and just couldn't find one. So eventually I just purchased a flatbed and we're gonna go pick it up now in Londonderry. I just hooked up the little trailer, if you can see it there. So we're gonna head down there. It was pretty expensive, but it's also a pretty nice flatbed, so hopefully it's worth it. Look how hot it is outside. That's unheard of for Vermont, but also we're not in Vermont right now. We're in Concord area. But we're on our way. So we're at Extreme Welding. He's got the forklift. He's gonna load it up onto my trailer now. All right, well, they hooked everything up onto the trailer, so I'm gonna head back to the shop now and we'll see if we can get it onto the truck. So we're back in the warehouse, gonna put the flatbed on there. I was doing a little prep work. I had to cut off the, cut off the bumper, but I think she'll slide on nice and good. This warehouse has a gantry lift up there, gantry crane, so we're gonna try to crane it up because I can't lift that by myself. That's 550 pounds. And then that'll put it down on here. We'll see how that works. There she set on down. I feel like I could put the bumper back on actually. I might do that. I'm gonna work on wiring the rear lights. So this is the old ones, and then these are gonna be the new ones. So I got the lights wired up. They're not secured yet, but they're wired. Okay, now all the lights are secured in too. Pretty cool LED upgrade. Let's take a look. Yeah, looks pretty nice. So I actually ended up buying a new welder there, as you guys can see. This one was a much more expensive, much higher quality welder than the one I had, the little dinky thing. It just makes me feel better to have this welder if I'm going to be welding structural stuff like that, the flatbed on there. So basically I just tack welded it to the frame with the cheap welder at the warehouse, and then I drove it home on that, and now I'm going to, you know, fully weld it with this new welder. Okay, so here's how it goes onto the frame. As you can see, I've cleaned it off and it is ready to be welded to. So there's just 4 brackets like that. Holy Moses, guys, this welder is about 1,000 times better than my other one. It just is so easy. Not that this looks great, but the other one would kind of bubble and not even get a good bead going, and it would definitely not be strong enough to burn in as much as this one can burn in. So I'm much more happy with this new welder. All right, so it's time for the front one up here to get welded. And there's my front weld. Over here it's got a little bit of stuff, whatever that's called. Debris, I'm just gonna call it because I forget the technical term, but I ain't going nowhere. So now I need to tack on the decking up there, which I'll show you what that is. That's this stuff. Tack it on real quick. One worm, second worm, third worm. All right, time to do the old passenger side. All right, and rear driver's side is on there. I'll just put the decking on this, and she should be pretty much all set, and then a little bit of paint work, and then flatbed will be on. And she is on. Worm 1, worm 2, worm 3. This flatbed should be all welded on. Let's take it on outside. Well, there you go. That's what the truck looks like with the flatbed on it. Let's do the rocker panels and some other body work now. All right, guys. So here is the original rocker panel. And then this is the one we'll be welding in, so let me install or line it up. Okay, and here the new one is lined up without being welded in yet. All right, there is the fresh new rocker panel. Very nice. So I forgot to order. I definitely need this rear quarter panel too. This middle section is good. As you can see, it was just the front and then the back. Starting on the passenger side, this one just needs the same rocker panel replaced. The middle one, I mean, it's not gone through yet, but watch this. Ka-chow. I'm gonna pull off this riveted on cap corner that the previous guy did because it looks kind of junky, and also because look, it's preventing the third door from being opened. All right, now that stupid thing's off, let's see if this back door will open. There we go. So yeah, that middle section is good, just the front and the back again. Let's put that front rocker panel in there. Okay, there's this rocker panel welded in. I had the heat too low on this side, so that one's gonna need grinding down, but it is what it is. Well, I highly doubt that I'll be able to pull this dent out with this little puller thing, but we'll give it a shot. Well, it actually pulled out a little bit before the cheap dent puller just snapped on me and broke. Since the dent pulling didn't exactly pan out, let's see if I can tap it out from the inside. All right, there's your wavy door. So there's that door all pulled out in the sun. You can see it's a lot more pulled out than it was. It's obviously going to be still wavy and everything, but I'm surprised at how much it pulled out. Well, the cab corner came in the mail, so it's time to put it on. To put it on, you got to remove the rear door here. So let's start by taking that off. Got to cut just a little bit of that cab corner out because the new one won't just slide over it. It's kind of made to replace it, not slide over it. All right, well, it's pretty much cleared out there, so let's see if it slides over. Maybe a little bit of smoothing out, but it is straight, and so there we go. We're gonna put the trim back in. So this door needs bondoing at the bottom. It needs some serious work down there. So this is what I'll do for the door. Just cut out a piece of metal there, kind of light, a thin gauge metal, and we'll weld it on and then bend it to shape and paint it. So there's the bottom of the door put on. I'm gonna have to put some filler over that to make it smooth and whatnot, but you could see. So there she is, sanded down. Let's add the paint. I believe the paint has dried, so I'm gonna try to put this door back on. Well, it ain't perfect, but it's better than it was. Bottom of the door, got no more rust on it. Cab corner's good to go. Opens and closes right. She's coming together. Well, it's time for the passenger side. We got Beetle as the helper today. So let's see if the new one lines up after we cut that out. Pretty much perfect. Let's weld it in. So cab corner is welded in. Now to take care of this door, it's got a little bit of rust down there, so I'm just going to Bondo over it, just like the other side. All right, that door is covered up with the Bondo. We'll add the layer of paint. All right, so we'll let that dry and then put it back on the truck. All right, and there's the passenger side, guys. New cab corner, new bottom of the door. Obviously still a little wavy, but no rust holes. So here's the Ford with its new and improved body outside. I did coat the frame too with some rust stop, oil-based rust stop. A lot of people wanted me to do that. So here are its new rocker panels on the driver or passenger side. Frame coated. New cab corner, new skin on the door here. New front rocker panel. New rear rocker panel. And a vacuumed interior. I'm gonna take it down to the inspection station, see if it'll pass. And then once it's done, just clean it up and list it up for sale. Well, I took her to the inspection station, passed. That is probably the end of this Ford. So take your last looks at the final product. Once I wash it off, it'll be better. Give you the full final tour of the old Ford. From a beat farm truck to a beat road legal truck, at least. A lot of new body panels on there. New flatbed. I am going to tidy this back up before I sell it, because that does look a little bit janky. I will tidy that up. But the final product, I'm pretty happy with it. I hope the new owner will be happy with it. I think I'm about, $4,500 into this thing, so definitely spent a good amount repairing it, but we'll still be able to sell it for more than $4,500, Vermont inspected Powerstroke with only 160,000 miles on it. So thank you guys for watching this, and I'll see you guys next week with a new project.